Following the Great Fire of 1889, which decimated 32 blocks of the downtown corridor, Spokane immediately started rebuilding in a far grander fashion, mostly with the elegant brick we see today.
Over 50% of Spokane's downtown structures are historic and still in use, including the famed Davenport Hotel. Opened in 1914 and operated for 71 years before it closed after decades of decline, extensive renovations have brought it back to its original glory. Hand-painted frescoes, marble, and ornate wood carvings were meticulously restored in the opulent Spanish Renaissance-style lobby. And in the fireplace, surrounded by genuine gold leaf, the flame is perpetually lit, as per Louis Davenport's instructions over a century ago. The Hall of Doges was one of my favorite rooms. In order to be made grand again, it was removed intact by 2 separate cranes, restored, and reinstalled on the second floor in the new East Edition. I can just imagine couples dancing in beautiful formal wear, intimate wedding receptions, and elegant high teas set up the same way they have been for decades. I also enjoyed that on nearly every wall of the hotel, there were old photos and memorabilia chronicling the history of this splendid and iconic destination. Reopening in 2002 with renewed luster, the Davenport Hotel is the cornerstone of the downtown district, which is also home to Trackside Studio Ceramic Art Gallery.
So here I am with Chris at Trackside Studio. And obviously you're right next to the tracks.
We are.
So
Almost under the tracks.
What brought you here?
This was a ceramic studio before we got here. Our landlords have always wanted a pottery in the building they got. So they bought a building and turned it into apartments and condos. But they've always wanted a space for a studio for artists. And they are major ceramics collectors. So they're big fans. And so we're the lucky recipients of this studio. Great. And we made the first part into a gallery and the back is the studio.
Wonderful. Well, and you offer different kinds of exhibitions.
We do.
So you have kind of a special one going on right now.
We do. Every month we change the exhibition, and sometimes it's us and sometimes it's invited guest artists. And in this case, Daria Pilram is a kintsugi specialist.
You looked at me like I would know the answer to that.
I should know. Maybe it's both.
Maybe.
So she apprenticed under a master kintsugi artist in Japan. And then while she was there, she collected a lot of these items. And then repaired them with what she learned, the kintsugi method, which this show goes through all the stages. It goes through the materials and through the stages of what needs to be done to do that.
It's quite a tedious process, isn't it?
It sounds that way. Yeah. It's
well, if you
lots
have to
of
study
time.
under a master, and it's very delicate work, isn't it?
Some of this, for sure, is very, very thin, translucent porcelain, and it's really old too. So,
well, and when you're not in the exhibition space, you are in the
shared studio.
In the shared studio.
Yeah.
Great.
Mark Moore and myself have this studio, and that's where we make all our stuff.
Okay. So there's magic happening back there.
If you want to call it magic, sure.
And you've been doing this for 25 years, so
yeah.
I would say it's magic.
Well, I try. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's hard work more than that.
Why don't we head back and
All
see
right.
what we see?
Yeah.
So we're here at the wall of mastery.
Ah, yes.
These pieces are incredible. So
you.
some are yours, some are Mark's.
Yes, this is the shared wall. So yeah, Mark Moore's work, very organic, kind of round, real textured. And this is Gina Fruin's work, our exhibiting partner, and she does a whole lot of the shows for us organizationally.
Okay.
And
yeah, and you can tell her work's quite a bit different.
It's a lot different. Yes. Yeah, the three of us have very different styles.
Now, does she work here sometimes in the studio, or is no, just exhibiting?
Just exhibiting. We fire together. Actually, we loaded a kiln yesterday at her house, so she has a soda kiln there, and I have my wood kiln on her property. Okay. So it's up north 12 miles or so.
All right. So you don't have the kiln here where it's like heating up the space all the time?
They're very smoky. So we have an electric kiln. Okay. So we bisque fire our ware before it travels north. Great. So, and that like gives it some stability, doesn't it? It's like a flower pot. It's still porous. But it's clay and stuff. I mean, it's
it's hardened.
It's ready to go.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You can't. You'd have to hit it with a hammer to break it.
Okay. So none of that. No Greek plates and stomping on that, right?
Only if it's a compliment, yes. That's fine.
So anyway, you were talking about Gina's work, and where is your work?
I make, in addition to throne pottery, I make slab work. So
I noticed this piece. I thought this was beautiful.
Thank you. That's my latest kind of texture I've been into.
Okay. How do you create this?
It has to be done in a press mold. So I made a form that size, actually 2 forms, and then I pressed clay into it, but not so hard that it gets rid of all the texture. Okay. And then I put the 2 molds together to make the rectangular shape. And in addition to that, the sphere is also, so all of this is hollow. Oh, everything is hollow, or else it would really never dry without cracking. So,
So how do you get the color then to this? Are you painting, or what are you doing?
Before I put the white, there's a white glaze on it, but before I do that, the black is actually copper oxide. Oh. So I put that in the cracks and then wipe it off everywhere else, and it stays in the recesses. And then it comes through the white glaze later. So it's just real organic looking. And
it almost looks like you would only find that if you'd made a mistake doing it. You know, I mean, it's like the beautiful accident, you know, and then you go, wow, that's beautiful. Right. When you get done with it, right?
Yeah. And a lot of ceramics is that way. You know,
it is.
How did I do that?
Exactly. I wish I remembered.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that you do. What about some of the other pieces?
Well, this is another favorite.
Okay.
Another thing that I'm into, it uses the same sphere mold, but this was 3 of those attached. So 3 spheres together. I called it linked orbs. Okay. So I did that and then put these pieces around it and then took away, it's additive and subtractive. So I took away, because everything's hollow, then I could just leave these spaces. And I just love the voids in there that it makes.
The negative space sometimes is almost more significant, right?
I think so.
Because that's what's creating the flow and the movements. And,
you can get through it, and it really is interesting to me. And the textured inside. And this piece was wood fired in my wood kiln for 4 days. Wow. So that's a process.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So a lot of these things are sculptures. You know, they've got some sort of functional pieces as well. What, you know, if you had to pick, like your favorite child, you know, is it sculptures, or is it the like functional pieces that have a reason, a vase, a cup, or a mug, something like that?
It changes at times. I'm going to say sculpture,
Okay.
but there's times when I want to just make something that's usable. I love when people come up and say, "Your mug's my favorite mug. I use it every day."
Yes.
I mean, it's
Something very rewarding
it's
about
cool.
that, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So do you get some custom work? People come in and say, I need a whole set of something.
I don't really do sets per
Okay,
se.
okay.
But I got an order of 100 mugs for a business over on the west side. And,
Did that
and
drive
I
you
do-
crazy trying to repeat 100 times
A little
the same
bit,
thing?
but it's also good for me to do that as a potter, just
Yes.
to be that repetitive and try to get them.
Yeah, that you know you can,
I
if you
can.
need to, right?
And I could have done more. They gave me a range,
Uh-huh.
so 12 to 14 ounces. So I had some wiggle room.
Yeah.
So I didn't fret about it too badly.
Good. Because I think for a creative person, that's hard to, like I do design. I don't want to make the same design for everybody.
Absolutely.
I want each one to be different.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, it's some good bread and butter, right? But
Yeah, and good
Once in a while.
practice. It made me a better potter.
good.
But I make local mugs for local breweries here,
Okay.
and they want them right on. They want them to be 22 ounces, but then my design can change on them.
Okay.
So
Well,
they're
that makes sense.
custom design on each one.
You got some flexibility,
Right.
but then they can, for quality control, they can make sure that somebody isn't getting an extra ounce while this other guy is shorted, right?
That costs some money.
That's right.
Representing professional quality, functional pottery, sculpture, and art objects, Trackside Studio Ceramic Art Gallery features monthly exhibits, and there is always something new to see.
Speaking of something new to see, we're headed beyond the historic downtown district to a beautiful craft co-op gallery next time on Ms. World Traveler Explores Spokane.